Irene? Who's on the phone?
Rhoda.
Who is it?
Rhoda.
Rhoda? Oh, hi, Rhoda. How are you, honey?
Hi, honey. How are you?
But the rabbi's not here yet in the cantor.
Yeah, I know.
He'll be here shortly.
It's my first time. It's my first time honing in on Friday night. That's why I thought I'd start a little early.
Yeah. Doreen.
Wait, my phone is very garbled. I don't know if I can hear. I don't know a word you're saying.
Hi, Ada.
Hmm?
Put your sound on.
Marsha?
No, it's okay, Rhoda. Ida and Arthur are on the phone. Solomon, you're in bed with your t-shirt on.
I'm going to just hold on. If I can just hear parts of it or whatever, I'll be very happy. So I know I'm very garbled on this phone, and the number was when I call. So I'll just hang on until the service starts, okay?
Now you stay on, no problem.
Thank you. Thank you, darling. Thank you.
Hoi, geweld.
That sounded all right.
What?
That sounded like Oigabalt.
Yeah, I forgot to get dressed. I cannot be.
Hi, Arthur. Hi, Ida. Your sound's coming on.
Because Ida is also there. I have to be decent.
Thank you. What about me? Actually, we're now streaming onto the webpage, the homepage. And if you want to watch it on the webpage, you can watch it from the homepage.
All right. We're here.
Hi, Arthur. Hi, Ida.
How you doing?
How you
Good,
doing?
honey. How are you guys? Good job.
How you doing in Farm Air?
Good.
Good.
Good. That's Solomon, the other picture. Rhoda's on the phone too. Rhoda's on the phone. Rhoda? You know Rhoda, the 100-year-old? Rhoda.
Oh, 100. Oh, Rhoda Silverman.
Right, Rhoda Silverman, right. She's on the, Rhoda, can you hear her out and Ida?
Yeah.
Rhoda?
Yeah.
Yeah.
After and Ida,
Hi,
say
honey.
Say hi.
Okay.
Rhoda, go ahead, say hello.
I know. Yeah.
So ask her why we got that. Because you tell me to do the telephone. Oh, I tell you.
All right.
All right, is it 7 o'clock yet? No.
No, 6 o'clock.
6 o'clock. And actually, if you go to the temple, you can see, oh, cool. You can see us on the temple's homepage. That's cool. We're really, it's a few minutes, 2 minutes. It's like 5 minutes.
I have a telephone in the middle.
How come?
What is that, darling?
How come it's doing, I don't know why it's doing that.
Goes on and goes off.
It's your connection.
Nothing? Okay.
Yeah, don't worry about it. Ah, he got dressed. Thank you, Mazel Tov. Hi, Solomon.
Hi, Doreen.
Good job, is honey.
Shabbat Shalom Umuvarach.
Where's Murray?
Murray?
Yeah.
I don't know if he's decent.
Oh, don't put him on then.
Okay, here.
Please.
Murray, say hello.
Hi, Murray.
Hello.
How are you, honey?
How are you? Can you see
Good. How
me?
you doing?
Got me. Hi. Well, there you go. Hey, hello.
Hi, handsome. Hey, Pienta, we're on the homepage, the temple's homepage, the website. I got us on there.
Hello.
Hello, good Shabbos.
Shabbat Shalom, Cantor.
Shabbat Shalom. How are you?
Shabbat Shalom.
Rhoda's on the phone too, Pienta. We only can see your eyes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Pienta, oh, there you go. Better, more better.
There's nothing else to see.
You're so
There
cute.
we
You want to
go.
see your whole face. Once the service starts, I'm gonna mute everybody but you and the rabbi,
Okay,
okay?
there are some people that they want me to be mute also, so.
No, we don't want you to be, no. You want me to be mute, you want Rhoda to be mute.
Okay.
Rhoda's on the phone. Rhoda, the cancer's here and Judy's here.
Hi, Judy.
Hello, everybody.
Hi,
Good
Judy.
Shabbos.
Hi,
Shabbos.
hi, Judy.
You know,
Hello,
Judy.
Rhoda.
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, I can hear your voice.
Yeah, I can't.
Okay, that's good.
On the phone.
Yeah, she's on the phone.
Okay.
Yeah, Rhoda's on the phone.
Okay.
Arthur, you and Ida, right? Move your camera down a little bit, honey, so we can see your full face.
Where is Ida?
Down?
Ida's right beside Arthur. He's hiding
I
her.
can't see Ida. I want to see Ida.
No, you wouldn't want to.
There you go.
Yeah, but you only can see the top of your heads.
She has to move a little bit to the
There you
left.
go.
Yeah,
That's
that's
better.
better.
Good, good, perfect.
How's that?
Good. Put your hands over the camera now. That's good.
There
All
they
right,
are.
good.
Okay.
You are using the computer audio, unmute your speaker.
Hi,
Okay,
Steve.
Terry.
How do I unmute my speaker?
Hi, Steven.
Solomon.
Hi, everybody.
That's not Sherry.
Hi, Rachel.
Hi there.
How are you? Good Shabbos.
Good Shabbos.
Good Shabbos,
Shabbos.
good Shabbos.
Good
Shabbos.
You're stuck in Florida, huh?
Oh, they're in New Hampshire.
We're in New Hampshire.
Ida, they're in New Hampshire.
Oh,
Oh, Hampshire.
Are you guys in New York?
Oh, she's doing it. She's
No.
in.
They're from New Hampshire.
hello.
That's wonderful, good.
Ida and Arthur, are you in New York?
No,
We're
we're in
stuck
Florida.
here in Florida.
You are.
You are not stuck in Florida. You choose to be now in the better place you can be. That is the other way to say.
You're
If
right.
you want, you can take a flight and you can go there. You are not stuck.
No, you don't want to go on an airplane if you don't have to.
No. I think that they
I
did
wanna tell you something.
the right choice.
Yeah, I get it.
My
Exactly.
grandson was stuck in India,
This
and he finally got home this morning
Oh,
at
Mazel
5
Tov.
o'clock in the morning in Florida.
Oh, wow.
Mazel Tov.
Wow.
so he
Was
rather,
this
Oh,
he rather likes
plane
spicy food.
It's not working. TV's people. Yeah. So we'll do it here.
You got everybody but the rabbi.
There's our Delray.
Sabrina, am I on here?
You're coming on now. Stu's on there.
No face yet.
Who else has said that? Who said
I
that?
don't- I don't think it's Sherry. I don't think I could do face because I don't think I have the,
Your camera's not coming up, Sherry.
Why
Yeah.
are you in
You've
the
been on
darkness?
here before.
yes, but not for, only on my phone. I get the video. When I do it on the computer, I can't get the video.
Oh,
Which year is your computer?
you went in zoom.us?
No, I did the same thing I do. To get me on the
Sherry?
video, I have to go on the
Sherry?
computer.
Sherry, go to the
Oh,
temple
yes.
website. It's on the website. I got it right on the top of the website. We're streaming to the website now.
I saw that. It looks great.
Yeah, does it look good?
There's Stewart.
Okay,
Stuart Pepper, I see.
Yeah.
Yes, good evening, good Shabbos.
Good
Good
Shabbos.
Shabbos, good Shabbos.
Excuse me, I'm drinking.
good Shabbos, everybody.
Shalom.
Good Shabbos, Rhoda.
Road is on there?
Yes,
Good.
yes, Rhoda is here.
God.
Hello, here.
There's
And who's the other one?
Here I
Irene?
am.
Hold on a second.
Hi, Rhoda.
The other telephone, Irene?
Looking up in the,
1 second. The rabbi.
This is my first time on Shabbos.
That
sounds like Rhoda. Yeah. It's Ben. Good Shabbos. Good
It is
Shabbos,
Rhoda.
darling. Good Shabbos to
Good Shabbos.
everybody.
that's road.
Shabbos, I see
Yes,
Solomon over
Solomon.
there is Punim.
Yeah.
Why see each other at? Yeah.
Solomon, it was nice of you to dress for the occasion.
I told him to get dressed. He was laying on his bed in a t-shirt.
I meant my hat. Okay. Kit files.
Ah, there you go.
Who's this? Steve Halper.
You know, hold this like this. Arthur, hold it like that.
Does he
After
have his neck?
Javier, you made it earlier than the rabbi. What's with you?
The rabbi had the wrong Zoom number. He should be coming in shortly,
Oh.
I hope.
Where'd the cantor go? He disappeared.
Replace the rabbi.
Oh, there he is. He moved spots. He moved spaces.
No, that's, when you have a virtual screen, you keep it, you fade out when you have a virtual screen. Oh, there you go,
There
Sherry.
you are, Sherry.
Because I just went on my phone.
Oh, okay.
Sherry, you must not have a webcam on your computer?
No, but Doreen made me buy one.
What is it?
Oh, okay.
It didn't arrive yet. It's supposed to arrive by the 29th.
There are 3 Sherrys there in my
I don't know.
in my screen.
Sherry, somebody sound. Oh, just.
Now I'm only on the phone.
Okay, good. But your computer, did you
computer
log off
sounds
your
fine.
computer?
I did.
Shut
Good.
it off.
What?
You gotta get out of this thing and skip your computer.
You hold
I
it there.
thought I
Oh,
did. I left. I clicked.
It's you doing the
Her name
feedback.
isn't up.
I'm trying to get mine too.
What's your phone number, Sherry?
917
Mark doesn't have to be.
748
Who's doing that?
7531.
I'm gonna be muting everybody as soon as the rabbi gets on anyway.
The rabbi is here. The rabbi is trying to
I
get
don't
on.
see you.
He's trying to get on. There's a spot.
Rabbi, I'm on. Don't bother. Rabbi
Okay.
Halpern, I'm on. Don't bother to text me back.
Why don't you?
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, much better.
So
Oh, there's David.
But why is it so small?
I just can't.
let's do that. Let's do that. Let's mute everybody. So
I'm gonna do
No,
that.
I'm not.
I'm gonna do that.
I left the meeting on.
Doreen
muting
is
everybody.
going to unmute one.
I gotta find the rabbi. Where's the rabbi?
There.
Where's the? I don't see him.
Well,
heard him.
he's muted now.
Just
Anyway,
his name is there.
I am
not his
going to
picture.
send him a message.
No, don't.
He's not muted.
I'm
No,
right
he's
He
here.
has no video though.
He has not the video on.
He's got his sound on, but no video.
Yes, I'll sing.
Okay. In the
Rabbi,
meantime,
put your video on.
while he's fixing the with you,
I can't seem to do it.
What kind of device you on, Rabbi?
I'm on the same machine I am on all the time. Cannot start audio, fail to start the video camera. I could switch to my laptop, but I'd rather not. Here, I'm gonna leave and come back.
Okay, in the meantime, I am starting with the
Okay,
music.
go ahead. Everybody else is quiet anyway. Everybody's muted.
13, everyone. We are going to welcome the Shabbat angels. And then when the rabbi comes, we are going to welcome the rabbi. Okay?
Yeah.
Page number 13. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Asharet, Malachei Elyon. Malachei Ablachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu.
I'm with you, King.
Shalom Malachei Shalom Malachei Elyon. Malachei Ablachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Shalom Malachei Shalom Malachei Elyon. Malachei Ablachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Shalom Malachei Shalom Malachei Elyon. Malachei Ablachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. La 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 la
Ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la. Ya la la la, ya la 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 la, ay la la la, la la la. The next page. Yedin nefesh ha'kamakamar b'shurachem eretzonah yarem otzavena kemo hayam
Okay, come on, baby.
Muy bien. So, we still have the sound in the darkness of David Mark.
The sound of the darkness.
The sound in the darkness.
Yes, the darkness is because the computer no longer recognizes my. Hello, here I am. Am I joining with video? Anyway, the computer said I had to reattach my camera, which is nonsense. Okay, we're trying the laptop this time, and the answer is hello.
Yes.
Enter, by the way, you have to reverse.
Sign out from your computer.
Yeah, let's get off. Yes, nothing like a little feedback. Nothing.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is you talking with your inner you.
My
Now
what
you're
new?
just talking. You are talking with your inner you.
My inner you, yes.
Yeah, but
Yes,
now,
my moach gadlut. That's what it is. Okay.
Muy
All
bien.
right.
So let's go to play to sing to Adonai. Yes or not?
Yes. Yeah. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. What page? Here we have
15.
15. My Spanish is getting so much better, I have to say. Really.
That's what you say.
Clap. Hello, Chuck. Okay, we have much more than a minion. Somebody has to go home. Too late. You're already there. Okay.
I see 18. That's good. And three
Okay.
cats.
Hello, Arthur. Hello, Ida. Okay. All right. I'm sorry, Chazan. Go ahead. What are we doing?
Okay. 40 שנה פוד ודור ואומה המטרי לברה ומם לא ידעו דרכי אשר נשמעתי מאפי אם ימון
Oops. Okay. That was not a beer.
Okay.
Okay, can't just.
Number 16.
16.
Shirun Adonai, Shir Kata, Shirun Adonai,
Rachel.
Shirun Adonai, Baruch Shemo, Yisro miyom leyom
Yeshuato.
Sapru Bagoyim Bekevoto, Bekol Ami, Yifrechotah, Shir Adonai. Suddenly, until the middle of the page 16, Yismechu Hashamayim, Hashamayim,
Yismechu Hashamayim, Yismechu Hashamayim, V'talil haaretz. Yismechu Hashamayim, Yismechu Hashamayim, Yismechu Hashamayim, V'talil haaretz. Yeram hayam, yeram hayam, yeram hayam, umo, yeram hayam, yeram hayam, yeram hayam, umo.
Ya'alus sa'ir kol asher bo, asir aneno, kol hatzayar. Ibnei Adonai kima kima lishpot haaretz, lishpot evel v'tzedek ve'amim ve'emunato.
That's a very nice quartet, very nice last 4 lines on 16. I'll do the literal translation. The heavens will rejoice and the earth will be glad. The sea will roar and all that fills it. May the trees of the field and all that are in them, they shall all rejoice. Before God, for he cometh to judge the earth. He will judge the world with righteousness and the people with faithfulness, with emunah. Very nice.
Okay, page number 19.
19.
And Doreen is there. Okay, let's do that. Let's do that. Let's unmute Sheila. And let's read responsibly the psalm on that page 19, and then we are going to sing together the bottom of the page. So the page is 19, the psalm is the 99, and Sheila is going to read Adonai Sovereign, and the rabbi is going to...
Sheila's not going to read it because I
Because she
don't have
doesn't have
it in
a
front of me.
zero. Okay, well, who has a zero? Paul. Paul has a
Not
zero.
perfect. Paul has a sitter.
Paul has a zero, I know.
What do you want me to do?
19, page
Give me
19,
a
responsibly.
drink.
All right.
I don't have a sitter.
Adonai,
I'm sorry, sweetie.
Download it.
tremble. God is enthroned on high. The very earth quivers.
Highest great in Zion, exalted over all people.
Praise God, for God is
But praise
awesome.
God, for God is awesome, holy.
A sovereign,
Rhoda, hello, Rhoda.
justice. You alone bring about equity, ordaining justice and compassion for the people of Jacob.
Exalt Adonai.
Adonai, God, worship Adonai, God, who is holy.
Moses, Aaron,
who answered them in a pillar of cloud.
They zealously strove to obey the divine law, even when God's decrees were beyond their grasp.
Responded to them with compassion, even as you rebuked them for their offenses.
Extol Adonai.
Adonai, and bow towards God's holy mountain. Adonai, our God is holy.
Okay,
That was
last
lovely.
two
That
lines
was
in
really
Hebrew.
very strange. That was
We get to the time to receive the queen.
Yes. Okay.
21 and 22.
Yes, the Lachadodi.
Yes. Shamor mesachor bedimurecha Ishmiano enameyukada Adonayekadu shemoyad Shemonam tipere Medimurechadodi Mikrat kala Perei perei Shabbat nekavela Lekhalekhalodi
Allah
Mikrat Shabbat Uvelelcha Yimekor Havelaka Berosh Mikede Benesucha Selema Shabbat Kila la 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 la
Dodi Likrat Kala Pene Shabbat Nekabela Dodi Likrat Kala Pene
Shabbat Nekabela Oyi Beshalom
Ateret Pala Sham B'Simcha U'V'Tzahala Tov Am Segula Dodi Likrat Kala Shabbat Very nice. Yasher Koach. Okay. We
Page
have
number 23.
23 is more sheer. Who has a Siddur? Somebody want to lead a responsible reading? Anyone? Oh, Steve has one. Steve does not wish to do that, however. Steve is on Venus somewhere. Steve keeps coming in. Steve is with Obi-Wan. Okay.
All right, I'll do it.
That's Steve? I'm sorry, we have
I'll do
two
it.
very rich in Steves.
I,
Steve Laskin?
Hey, listen, everybody, 1 second.
Zoom with the Friday night services.
Steve Laskin.
Did you get the?
The sound is echoing.
Oh.
Even check, Steve. You got two
sorry.
guys.
Yeah, everything's fine.
Yes.
Fine.
Let's face it, you guys are too close.
Okay, honey. Yeah. Yeah, no, they're.
All right, I think Rachel is volunteering. And she looks fairly alone. No, we can't, I can't read lips.
Who's talking? Somebody's.
I'm getting a call, but I'm not answering.
Siddur.
Ida talking on the phone.
Rachel has no sitter.
Siddur.
Oh, okay, we'll get you one. Sheila, how about you, Sheila? You got a book, Sheila?
I have no feedback. I'm good.
I will pick one up, but I don't have one right now.
All right, our default reader is Mr. Klein.
Oh, gosh.
Okay. Say hi, Gail. All right. Paul, go ahead.
What do you want me to do?
I would like you to make me a chicken salad sandwich with a root beer.
Okay, but instead of that.
All right, instead of that, I want you to read responsively page 23.
I'm going to go look for a book.
A song for Shabbat.
Yes.
It
This is
good
not beer. This
to
is ginger ale.
Illinois, to sing your praise, exalted God.
To affirm your love each morning and your faithfulness each night to the music of the lute and the melody of the harp.
Your works, Adonai, make me glad. I sing with joy of your creation.
How vast your works,
Adonai. Your designs are beyond our grasp.
The thoughtless cannot comprehend. The foolish cannot fathom this.
The wicked may flourish.
Springing up like grass, but their doom is sealed, for you are the supreme forever.
Your enemies, Adonai, your enemies shall perish. All the wicked shall crumble.
But me you have greatly
exalted. I am anointed with fragrant oil. I have seen the downfall of my foes. I have heard the despair of my adversaries.
The righteous shall flourish like the palm tree. They shall grow tall like a cedar in Lebanon. Planted in the house of Adonai, they will thrive in the courts of our God.
They shall bear fruit.
They shall bear fruit even in old age. They shall be ever fresh and fragrant. To proclaim Adonai is just, my rock in whom there is no flaw.
Okay, also, the rabbis tell us in that line, but their doom is sealed, for you are supreme forever. If you can't be the supremes, try to be the temptations. Okay. Somebody want to get that? It's my bookie. All right. Okay, I think the cantor wants to do the Baruch Hu.
Hello?
Okay.
I mute everybody. I'm muting everybody. I'm sorry, you guys. It's not working otherwise.
Thank you.
Okay, Baruch Hu.
Just there was a lot of.
Except the rabbis. Now you're not muted anymore.
No, I'm not.
Everybody else,
Just them off one at a time and see who echoes.
everybody else is muted. I'm sorry.
A lot of people would like to mute the rabbi. Okay, go ahead, page 28.
Baruch et Adonai
Baruch Adonai Hamvorach Li'olam Vahed.
Baruch Adonai Hamvorach Li'olam Vahed.
Amen. Okay, you may be seated. Oh, you're already seated. Okay, we'll continue on page.
Adonai Tzebaot Shemo El חי וקיים תמיד ימלוך עלינו לעולם ועד. ברוך אתה אדוני, אמרי ורבי.
Amen. Okay. Let's see. Let's read at the top of 29. Okay, it's a very nice paragraph on the top left of 29. With constancy you have loved your people Israel, teaching us Torah and mitzvot, statutes and laws. Therefore, Adonai our God, when we lie down to sleep and when we rise, we shall think of your laws and speak of them, rejoicing always in your Torah and mitzvot, for they are our life and the length of our days. We will meditate on them day and night. Never take your love from us. Praised you, Adonai, who loves the people Israel. Take it, Cantor.
כי הם חיינו והולך ימינו, ובהם נגע יומם בלילה, והמקל תשים ממנו לעולמים. ברוך אתה אדוני, אוי פעמי ישראל.
Amen. All right, we have the Shema. And what we're going to do is when we cover our eyes for the Shema, I want us to really, really focus at everybody who, God forbid, has been touched by this terrible plague. And I know that everyone here has stories. I want us to focus on bringing Refu'ahShelemah to all those who are sick. I also want us to think about our country and how sick the country is. I want us to pray for Refu'ahShelemah for the United States of America and for Israel and the entire Kol ha'olam kulo, the entire world. So, and we're going to do it slowly. We're going to slow down the Shema so that God has a chance to do all those things. Okay, here we go. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Okay, uncover the eyes. We'll do the Baruch Shem. I think we can slow down the Baruch Shem also, because the Baruch Shem has a very important meaning, which is that God is sovereign of everything. God is in charge of the good and the bad and the in-between. And most of the time, we do not comprehend why these things are happening. It is only after the event, God willing, everybody should get past to the good side, to the beyond side. And then we can look back and we'll be able to reflect. Baruch Shem Kivod Malchuto V'olam V'oed. And reading the English, you shall love Adonai with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your might. And these words which I command you this day you shall take to heart. Teach them diligently to your children, and recite them at home and away, night and day. Bind them as a sign upon your hand, and as a reminder above your eyes. Inscribe them upon the doorposts of your homes and upon your gates. The reminder above your eyes, the pshat, the simple meaning is that it's the head tefillin. But since we are, after all, a religion that came from the East, not just the Middle East, but the Far East, this, of course, is the third eye. This is the part of our vision, which is able to see outside and inside. We are the only ones who know what is in our heart of hearts. And we've been doing a lot of talking lately about Rosh Hashanah, Yom Kippur, and what special meaning they will have for us this year. So I just wanted you to understand that. Okay, now Chazan is asking us to do a tefillah b'lachash, that is a silent prayer, through the you shall observe, all the way to the tzitzit paragraph, and then we'll pick it up. So we read silently.
למען תזכרו, עשיתם את כל מצוותיי, ויתם קדושים אל אלוהיכם, אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם לאלוהים, אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אדוני אלוהיכם.
32.
אמת ואמונה כל יסוד וכך היה עלינו, כי הוא אדוני אלוהינו, אין זולתו, ואנחנו ישראל. אמן. ומלכותו ברצון קיבלו עליהם, משה ובני ישראל לכהנו שינה, בשמחה רבה, ואמרו כולם, יאללה, 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 Adonai blogre olamai, Adonai
Amen. All right, page 33, and this is, of course, the prayer with which we are sadly familiar. This is the prayer where we ask God for Refu'ahShelemah for the folks we know who are not well. And I guess the most democratic way of dealing with this is everybody's arranged in these nice boxes. So I'm going to call out your name instead of having people do their own reading. Only you must promise that until I'm done, your box will not move, because, you know, sometimes they go all kinds of nutty here. All right. Doreen, do you have anybody?
Doreen's muted.
Yes. Okay. Okay. Refu'ahShelemah. All right. Arthur and Ida?
Yes. Yes. Hope Quinn.
Refu'ahShelemah. Okay. All right. Javier, do you have anybody? No? Okay. Thank God. Judy, anybody?
Yes, Rachel Spector.
Refu'ahShelemah. Yes. Okay. Rachel Spear? Mm-hmm.
Barry and Peggy Rice and Masuma Attar and all her patients in the nursing home.
Oh boy, Refu'ahShelemah. Thank you. All right, Stuart.
James Asmajian,
Refu'ahShelemah.
Robert Lewis,
Refu'ahShelemah.
and Rona Von Sickle.
Refu'ahShelemah. Yes, Reverend Chuck.
Refu'ahShelemah.
Okay. All right. Okay, Refu'ahShelemah. Stephen, nobody. David Greenblatt.
Shire Sora Bas Fagel, John
Refu'ahShelemah.
Harris, Roger
Refu'ahShelemah. Refu'ahShelemah. Okay. Right, Paul.
Nope.
Okay.
Amy Walter,
Refu'ahShelemah.
Martin Reynolds, Bart
Refu'ahShelemah.
Foster,
Refu'ahShelemah.
Russell and Irene Shotker.
Refu'ahShelemah. Yes. Sherry?
Bruce Martin,
Refu'ahShelemah.
Harold Godino,
Refu'ahShelemah.
Harold Custer,
Refu'ahShelemah.
and Sheila Diamond.
Refu'ahShelemah. Thank you. Gail?
Yes, my 10-month-old cousin's grandchild, Ezra Hershkowitz.
Refu'ahShelemah.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Solomon?
Danny Shapiro.
Refu'ahShelemah. Okay, Steve Laskin?
I'm good.
Okay, all right, good. Pesach?
He's muted. I don't know why. I can't unmute him.
No,
Oh,
no,
there he is.
no, thank you.
Okay,
All right, now we've done the feedback. It's Steve Laskin
Yes.
feedback.
Yes, that's true. Rhoda? Okay. Yes, anybody for the Refu'ahShelemah?
No, this is it. No.
Okay, well, thank you.
Helen Irving.
Refu'ahShelemah.
Thank you.
Okay, I really, really want to thank Doreen for doing such a great job with the on and off just there, okay? Thank you, Doreen. All right, let's read together the paragraph, the English paragraph, and if you don't have it, you can certainly be thinking in this direction. Help us, Adonai, to lie down in peace, and awaken us again, our sovereign. Okay, wait, I'll wait till it comes up. There we are, very nice. Look at it. Okay, follow the bouncing yarmulke. Okay. Help us, Adonai, to lie down in peace, and awaken us again, our sovereign, to life. Spread over us your shelter of peace. Guide us with your good counsel. Save us because of your mercy. Shield us from enemies and pestilence, from starvation, sword, and sorrow. Remove the evil forces that surround us. Shelter us in the shadow of your wings, O God, who watches over us and delivers us, our gracious and merciful ruler. Guard our coming and our going. Grant us life and peace, now and always. Spread over us the shelter of your peace. Praise to you, Adonai, who spreads the shelter of peace over us, over all his people Israel, over Jerusalem and the entire world. I also want to mention a young Israeli soldier named Yadin. He was the only child in his family, and yet he got special permission from his father to join a combat unit. And he was doing his job one day. I think he was perhaps 20 years old, and a Palestinian terrorist threw a rock at him. And people should understand when they throw rocks at you, it's not a game. It hit him in the head, and he died instantly. And his father says, now I have nobody. So we want to send our prayers out to him. And really, I don't want to get into the whole Middle Eastern situation right now, but we think about this young man. Ufros aleinu sukat shlomecha, Baruch atah Adonai, aporei shalom aleinu, v'al kol amo Yisrael, v'al Yerushalayim, v'al kol haolam kulo. Amen. Okay, Cantor will lead us in the Vishamru, which we know, most of us, by heart.
ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת ברית העולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת ולראותם ברית העולם. והנה אומר בני ישראל, אותי לעולם, אותי לעולם, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת ולראותם ברית העולם. כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני
את השמיים ואת הארץ ושמרו
בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדברותם ברית העולם. Yom HaShvi, Shabbat V'Naflash, Shabbat V'Naflash, Shabbat V'Naflash, Shabbat B'nei Yisrael, Et HaShabbat, Na'aseh HaShabbat, all right, the half Kaddish, you may rise or not. Amen. Amen. Yamidah, the standing silent prayer, is 35b and it ends on 38. As always, good time to address a personal prayer to the Almighty, and when you're done, you may be seated.
No, Sherry looks great.
Shalom. Shalom Imrama
38.
Shalom, Shalom, Shalom Aleinu, Israel. Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu, ve'al kol Israel. Ve'imru, Amen.
All right, I conveniently forgot when to give my remarks, and if it's okay, I could do that now.
I will do, let's do the Kaddish Shalem, and then you can do your...
Okay. Kaddish Shalem is on page 48. You don't have to stand up for this. No, you're good, you're good. I said you have to stand up. Amen. Rehu. Amen. 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 Shalom bimromav, uyase shalom aleinu, ve'al Israel, ve'al kol yoshvei tevel, amen. Okay, we can put the Siddurim aside, and thank you so much for coming, Kinahara. Our little kahal, our little minion keeps growing and growing. And the Torah portion for this Shabbat is Bahar Bechukotai. And I was listening to all the doom and gloom on the TV and in the magazines. I get Time magazine because I like the idea of printed news, even though it's a little bit old, but somehow or other, I don't know how they manage, but they always have it up to the moment. And of course, they're predicting that a depression may come. And of course, we all pray and hope that this will not be the case. But whenever I hear depression, I mean, aside from the mental state that people suffer, I think about my father. My father was a child of the Depression. He was born in 1913. And so when the Depression hit in 1929, he was sadly in a position to appreciate it. And he would give me a litany. My father believed very strongly in education, as did most of our parents, all of our parents, frankly. And that's why, I'm sure it's higher now, but 80% of the children of Jewish background who need to be in college are in college, even taking for granted the unusual circumstances that we have in college these days. I, for example, have been teaching online for the last month and a half. But getting back to that, my father always had another, yes, oh, did you have a comment, Stephen, or are you agreeing with me?
As Cantor would say, yo también.
What?
What is that?
Me too, Rabbi, me too.
Oh, okay, I'm glad. All right. You have to understand, I took 4 years of French and I can barely read a wine list. Anyway, my father always had another depressing story to tell about the Depression. And I know we call the World War II generation the greatest generation. And really, it's certainly true. But I wonder how many of my contemporaries grew up hearing these stories. He would tell me about how he had a difficult time getting a job. When I was rooting in his desk, I don't need a show of hands, but I'm sure several of us growing up would go hunting in our parents' dressers or desks to see what goodies we could discover. I recall once that I found a badge that said American Safety Razor Company with a photograph of my father looking very unhappy indeed. I don't know for how long he worked for the American Safety Razor Company or if it was a happy relationship between him and the company. Another time he told me, and this was already during the war, my father never marched off to war. He was deemed essential because he was a chemist. And he worked in this one company, a factory, where there was so much acid on the floor that he had to buy a new pair of shoes every 2 weeks because the acid would eat right through the soles on his feet. There was that. And again, there was this never-ending dirge of sad stories that he had to tell. But I think even though it's cold comfort, one day, God willing, we will be able to tell our families, those who weren't there, you know, the grandkids who haven't been born yet, that we also lived through a time of difficulty and challenge. And this was certainly not unusual in ancient times. You have to keep in mind that in ancient Israel, rainfall was very irregular indeed. In Egypt, on the other hand, Egypt, I know we think about Egypt as the place of slavery, but the point is that Egypt at least had the Nile River, which to this day can be relied upon to rise on an annual basis. That is why even now, the majority of the Egyptian population, and it's a big country indeed with a lot of people, tend to live near the Nile and its banks. By contrast, ancient Israel had very little rainfall, and it was not unusual to find the country subject to periods of drought. Not until the Romans came along and conveniently built an aqueduct to service the holy city of Jerusalem, which is in the mountains. Never forget, Jerusalem is in the mountains. That's why when you drive there, it's a long and winding road. And for the first time in its history, Jerusalem was assured of a regular supply of water. So what do? Currently in this country, we have a whole new class of poverty-stricken people. These were people who were living tenuously in the middle class, but even months ago, it was predicted that they were not able to find even $400 to get them out of a bind, get them through a medical crisis. And you know and I know that the medical situation in this country is so challenging. It doesn't take, it's going to go way beyond $400, God forbid, 1,000 times. So we turn to the Torah portion. It's Bahar B'chukotai. It's a double portion. It's 2 portions strapped together. And I think you should know, this is actually a simcha, that after I finish this, we're all going to go chazak, chazak, v'nit chazek, because we're finishing Vayikra, we're finishing Leviticus. We don't look back. We don't look right or left. We go straight on next week, God willing, into Bamidbar, into the book of Numbers. We're up to number 4. You really can tell the cycles of the Jewish year by the Torah portion that we're reading. And you know, one of the things I admired about the Rabbi Emeritus in my first pulpit in North Carolina was if you told him the name of a parsha, the name of a Torah portion, he could tell you what time of year it was. I still can't do that. I'm about halfway there, but I'd really like to have that particular skill. Okay, so the Torah portion says, Ki yamuch achicha, if your brother or sister should sink down into poverty. And exactly what is the remedy for an ancient Israelite who suddenly fell into poverty? Well, first thing they would do is sell their land. Then they would sell any metaltalin, any movable collateral that they possessed. That is why so many Jews to this day have names like Silverstein, Goldberg, Goldstein, Sapphire. What business had these Jews gotten into at one time?
Jewelry. Nazim.
Jewelry. Why jewelry? Why not real estate? Of course, we have realtors as well. We are blessed to know these realtors.
Oh, you can't take real estate with you.
Exactly. If you go home in the evening and on the door of your house you see Juden raus, Jews out, you don't have time to get rid of 500 acres and a mule. Well, maybe the mule, but you are able to take some jewelry, pieces of gold, and sew them up in the hem of your gown or your pants or whatever, and this way you'll have something to live on. So after he sells the land, after he sells the jewelry, what recourse does he have? He sells himself. He becomes a debtor slave. The court takes him, not hostage, takes him into their custody, and they sell him to the highest bidder. Now, if you were a Canaanite slave and if you were a Canaanite and you lost your money, you'd be sold forever. If you were an Israelite, you could not serve for more than 6 years. It's all very complicated. You may recall it from the book of Exodus. So therefore, before your neighbor, your brother literally, is forced to sell himself into slavery, you grab that person, you pull them up, you give them something to live on. And I am so happy to tell you, I mean, God forbid a person should need it, but it's there. The Hebrew free loan societies of this country are prepared to give an interest-free loan, and they have received sufficient donations so that anyone can apply to them. I wonder if they give to Gentiles as well. I'd be very surprised if they didn't, because it's a mitzvah. Anyway, so you physically grab hold of that person, you pull them up from the abyss into which they have fallen, and you allow them to live a respectable living. Now, how can you tell if, this is Rashi now, this is the 11th century. How can you tell if your brother or sister is on shaky ground with regard to their burden, with regard to their economic position? He compares it to a mule, to a donkey carrying a burden. Now, I know all of us are accomplished donkey teamsters. How can you tell if the load is going to fall off the donkey? I'm not talking about Shrek's donkey.
You walk with a heavy step. You
Shifts,
find
load
it difficult to walk, difficult to get up.
Are we talking about people or donkeys?
The donkey.
Yes. Paul, I know growing up in the Bronx, you had extensive acquaintance with donkeys. Perhaps you share. Okay, this is the thing.
They were all cops.
I'm sorry, what, Paul?
They were all cops.
Say again?
They were all cops.
Oh, that's not nice.
If you don't
Okay.
protest too much,
If you're walking next to the donkey and the load looks like it's going to tip, you have to straighten it. You have to make sure that the load is equal on both sides. Now, this is very similar to the half hour during which Ann Beth allowed me to have a motorcycle license. I really did. It was exciting. I never had a motorcycle. Never mind.
Look at what the jacket looked like.
Yeah, well, I had a bomber jacket. I thought I looked way cool. Okay. Anyway, if you put too much of a load on the back of the motorcycle, what is going to happen?
Yeah, wheelie. On a tip.
you do a
Yes. Very good. Very good. So similarly, and you know, as far as donkeys are concerned, and I know we're all concerned about them, I love donkeys. I've been in touch. I gave them $10. I'm not bragging, but I gave $10 to Animal Rahat, which is an Indian organization that supports donkeys, because these donkeys are in sad shape and they're so brilliant and they're so loving. And I'm getting a donkey. No, I'm not getting a donkey. But now they won't leave me alone. The donkeys, you know, apparently the donkeys went through the $10. Sherry?
Hey, Beth.
Well, all I'm saying is that if I ever won the lottery or the Powerball or the Mega, the first thing I do is build a donkey and pit bull sanctuary.
That's very nice.
That's what I would do. I love
like
them.
donkeys.
They're
Yes.
fabulous animals. They're just delicious.
They're very smart.
Have I?
Sweet and very
Delicious.
affectionate.
Yes. Stephen, did you have a donkey
where
opinion?
I lived for a while in North Georgia, there was actually a place for retired zoo gorillas.
Oh, there you go.
Retired gorilla farm.
Yes.
Assisted living for gorillas?
Yes. So apparently
They only allowed human visitors one day a year because they didn't want the gorillas.
I'll get you, Solomon. Apparently not
No,
all
I
of
said
them
hi
went
to
into
your wife.
politics. What?
I said hi to your wife.
Oh, you know, I'm sitting right here. If you want, I can walk out. Okay. All right. Getting back. So what I need to say is getting back to human beings in need of help, since we've all concluded that the donkeys need a lot of help as well. The Florida Department of Employment Opportunity, the people who give unemployment, because I've heard this from a number of people, they've dropped the ball. They were never designed to actually help people. What they do is they give a form to fill out, and while you're filling out the form online, they kick you off. I'm just saying it's very difficult because historically, Florida is at the bottom of the pile. I think we're slightly above Alabama and Mississippi, and it's tragic.
They never had that many millions of people applying at the same moment. We were no worse than in New York or anywhere else. And since that very beginning where it was so difficult, where you kept getting to page 3 or 4 and they'd bounce you back, which occurred for weeks, once you are processed, they have been like clockwork.
Well, the clock needs a little oil because I'm hearing different things from different people.
Exactly.
Okay,
I know a dozen people and 9 of them can't get anything, and they've been trying for almost 2 months.
I was eligible for more than a
Say that
month.
again?
before.
You what?
Walter's been getting for 4 weeks now since his hotel closed. They never miss, and he's getting pretty much almost as much as he made there, because in addition to the unemployment, they add $600 to every check.
No, it's not true. My cleaner man just left, Sherry, and his husband has not got the $600. He got 2 checks in 2 months and no extra money.
We
all right,
get it every week. I don't know why.
Yeah, I know.
It depends. Again, I haven't done research into this, but I live with somebody who has. And it's a crapshoot, really. I mean, nobody knows who the computer is going to absorb and who it's going to spit out.
Exactly. In New York too.
Thank you. But getting back to Judaism. Judaism says you don't look at the masses, you look at the individual. And you've got to keep an eye on your friends and relatives. I know it's a painful thing when somebody needs money, which, thank God, I don't kinahara poo. Nobody here does. But the point was that in ancient Israel, they focused on men and women. They stopped and they said, how are you doing? And they really meant it. And that is the way it's supposed to be. I'm going to go back to the donkeys to conclude. You don't wait until the donkey is lying on the ground with the load crushing its back. And now getting back to human beings, you have got to keep an eye on people. You have got to be aware of how they are living. Maybe your friend shows up a couple of days and they're so depressed they haven't washed or cared for their needs. Do you see what I'm saying? And this is the social structure which we, as Yorshei Yisrael, inheritors of Torah, have got to observe. It's easy to do. But thank you, and everybody should be well. Nobody should have trouble dealing with the bureaucracy. And now we're going to go chazak for finishing Sefer Vayikra. Now, I like Numbers. Numbers has a lot of legislation like Vayikra, but it has more narrative. Okay, here we go. Chazak, v'nit chazek. Chazak, v'nit chazek. And we have some gaboyim here, which is very good. It's a very good thing. Okay, all right. Okay, thank you so much, Chazan. If I noticed you drank all the wine, here we go. So we'll do the Aleinu. No, wait, we have to count the Omer. You want to count the Omer?
I want to taste the donkey. Sherry says it's delicious.
What is, Stephen?
Sherry said donkeys are delicious, but I've never tasted one. And I'll stop with that.
I'm going to mute everybody now except for the cantor and the rabbi. Sorry.
Hey, Stephen, now she's going to mute us. I hope you're happy. All right. All right, Chazan, you got a number?
Okay, so let's do the Aleinu, the Omer, the Aleinu, Kaddish, and Omer, and then we'll finish with the rest. Okay? So Aleinu is on page number 51.
I'm going to teach myself the numbers in Spanish. I still won't know, but.
Aleinu לשבח הדור הכל, לתת ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשה אלוהי ארצות, ולא זרענו אדמה, ולא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל עמונם, אנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים מלך הקדוש ברוך שכונות בשמיים ויוצא לארץ, אשר יקרו בשמיים ממעט, שכינתו סוף ברומי אלוהינו מלכנו אפס זולתו, חטאתו ותורתו, וידעת היום השבותה ולבבך, כי אדוני הוא האלוהים, השמיים ממעל, ועל הארץ ויתרחק עלינו. ונאמר וחיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו
We usually hold Kirby when we light candles. He's a little upset that there are no candles in here. Okay. All right. We're doing the Mourner's Kaddish. And once again, we're thinking about all those who lost family, very sad, and praying God that things should get better. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei rabba. Amen. Yalmad yivrach hirutei v'yamlich machutei. V'chayechon v'mechon v'chayei dechol beit Yisrael. V'agalau v'zman kariv v'imru. Amen. Shmei rabba mevorach v'olam ulmeil maya. V'barach v'yishtabach v'yitma'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh. V'yitadar v'yitalei v'yitalol shemei dekudisha b'rechu. Ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechamata, amiran bi'alma v'imru amen. Hey shlama rabba min shemai, chayim alinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Ose shalom b'mrama, uyase shalom, alinu v'al kol Yisrael v'al kol yoshvei tevel v'imru amen. All right, I guess we'll do the Omer now.
Yeah. Page number 55. Today we are counting the day that is before the 38 and after the 36.
He's not allowed to mention the time, the day until he does the day.
No. Inneni muchan zuman. Inneni muchan zuman. Inneni muchan zuman. Lekayem mitzvah kazeh. כמו שכתוב בתורה, הנני מזומן. כמו שכתוב בתורה, הנני מוכן ומזומן. הנני מוכן ומזומן. שבע שבתות תמימות תהיינה, עד ממחרת השבת השביעית יספרו 50 יום. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם, אשר קידשנו על מצוותיו, וציוונו על ספינת העומר. היום 37 יום שהם 5 שבועות ו2 ימים לעומר.
Amen. This is the 37th day, making 5 weeks and 2 days of the Omer. Exactly. Okay. Now, any announcements?
Well, before Solomon is going to close our service by singing Adon Olam, and he's doing that in memory of the yahrzeit of his father, that if I don't mistake, was yesterday. Is right, Solomon?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we remember this week the yahrzeit 46 years ago that he passed away of Solomon fathers. That Leilul Nishmat. What was his name?
David.
David Ben
Shlomo.
David Ben Shlomo. So shall his memory will be a blessing of forever, as he was in life for you and your family.
Amen.
Amen. Tomorrow, if I don't have any more problems with the connection, we're gonna have an Avdalah at 8:30. Minyan Monday and Thursday at 7:30 in the morning, and then I pass the rest of the announcement to Rabbi Mark.
Okay, thank you, sir. I want to thank the Chazan, Yasher Koach, for a very ruachdik service, as always. I thank all of you lovely folks for turning out. I know it's a long walk to shul, going all the way from the kitchen to the living room. Anyway, and when you go, I want you to watch the crossing and call me when you get home.
I will call.
All right. Anyway, but seriously. Okay, so Wednesday we do Hebrew at 4 o'clock. And we've been doing Pirkei Avot, Perek, Ethics of the Fathers. We had a little kerfuffle last Wednesday with different translations. I'm going to email our wonderful Doreen a good text. Okay, I'm liberating it from Chabad. Okay, that's number one. Number two, Wednesday nights at 7. We always do current events, and as you know, there are more current events these days than heretofore. And I think that's, and of course, we've got the service here. Oh, Laura's class, sisterhood. Yes, yes.
Just an FYI, we're now streaming live to our homepage on the website. So people don't even have to go to Facebook. They can go look at the website. And also you can download the Siddur from the homepage, the website, from the temple website. So if you want the Siddur, you can download it and print it or just pull it up on your screen. And there's all the links to all the Zoom classes and discussions, religious services, and events on the homepage of the website. It's right there. All you do is click on it, it takes you right to it.
Yes, well, I've got my official, go ahead.
I'm going to do that again.
My official, they're very easy to follow, but they don't work. Okay.
That video you sent me is positively the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life.
With the guy trying to tell his mother Zoom.
Yeah, right. That was cute. Yeah, there's a something out there on the web you might want to find, track down. What is it, Doreen?
I will post it on the website, on the temple's website, so you can look at it. Because that's funny.
It's a young Israeli man teaching his mother how to Zoom.
But this is after, wait a minute, the rabbi sent it to me after he and I were on the phone for an hour and I threatened to come over and beat him.
Did you? I didn't know that. I would have unlocked the door.
Yes, I seem to affect women this way. Anyway, I also want to say, Gail, are you among us?
I'm here.
Yay. Gail and Stan, they're back. Okay.
You must be thrilled.
Okay,
Oh,
yes.
please. Except my house is a mess. I'm in construction. Half my living room is torn apart. But we're here. We're here.
Okay, I'm glad, really. All right, I think we're good. Anybody else for the good of the order? Okay.
Practicing Adon Olam?
I think so, yes. I understand.
Adon Olam Asher Malach B'terem Kol Yetzir Nibra Lenget Nangasa Kechetzokol Azai Melech Nikra V'achare Kichlot HaKol Levado Yimloch Nora V'hu Haya V'hu Oveh V'hu Yeh V'tifara V'hu Echad V'en Sheni L'ham Shelo Ulach Nira B'lir Reshim B'lir Tachim B'lom Yom Sarah Nisi Humanosi Menafosi Biomikra Biavo Afid Nuhi Benedisham Adonai
Hey. Okay, please, Rob, closing benediction. Yes.
יברכך אדוני וישמרך, אדוני פניו אליך ויחונך,
Lord, make his face
אדוני פניו אליך וישם לך שלום.
If the Lord turn his face into you and grant you peace, we'll say Amen.
Amen.
Shabbat shalom. Good Shabbos. Take care.
Yes,
everybody.
Shabbat
Drive safely.
Shabbat,
Weekends.
Shabbat, Shabbat, Shabbat,
I'm really glad Obi-Wan could be with us.
Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat, Shabbat, Shabbat,
Shalom. Yay, take care, people. Be well.
Bye.
Well.